For plenty of hundreds, seen him as a player when I was playing, seen a lot of hundreds of his on television, but I'd taken over as coach about 15-16 months ago and was a bit desperate to actually start to see him score a test 100 and really enjoy it from the comfort of the dressing room and to be able to relax and enjoy a test 100, and it was a beauty. You made me wait a long time, but it was an absolute privilege and a pleasure to watch that innings and the way you constructed it. So really well played.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Rahul. Thank you.
Just from my perspective, I mean, just to understand just the construct of that innings, because obviously we were in the field for 2 days, and the wicket got obviously a little bit more challenging as the day went on. They tested your patience. They challenged you. Obviously skill-wise, but mentally as well. And what is the mindset? How did you go about doing that? It will be, I think, something that a lot of young listeners, a lot of young kids can really take something out of an innings like that.
Yeah, firstly, thank you. Thanks for your kind words, Rahul. As far as approaching this innings was concerned, I knew that I was playing well, even in the test matches before we played this one. To be fair, it was a really good wicket to bat on. But having said that, I think the Australians, whatever little help was there in the wicket, I think they utilized it really well. Their consistency to bowl in the little rough that was created through Mitchell Starc bowling for Nathan Lyon and the other off-spinner as well, they capitalized on it really well. The fact that it put a 7-2 field most of the time for me meant that I had to be patient, I had to trust my defence, and that's the template I've always played with in Test cricket. My defence is my strongest point. Because when I defend well, then I know that when the ball is loose and it's there to hit, I can cash in and get the runs that I need. The boundaries were not easy to come by, to be honest. The outfield was slow, the ball was soft, and they were pretty consistent. So the one thing that really calmed me down was I'm happy to just run ones and twos and score 100. I can bat 4 sessions, I can bat 5 sessions here. That's where the fitness and the physical preparation comes into play for me. I go into the field relaxed because I know I can bat in many ways. I'm not desperate if I play 3 sessions and I feel like I'm breaking down here and I need to get fast runs, otherwise I won't be able to stay out there for long. So I think for people who must have seen it, or we've watched you guys bat so many times in the past as well, the one thing that stood out was batting fitness, which was to be able to bat 5 sessions, 6 sessions. And I think for that you need to physically prepare yourself. That's where the mindset comes from. I'm pretty happy scoring 30 runs in a session and not hit a boundary and absolutely not be desperate, because I know that boundaries will come, but even if I have to play like this, I can bat 6 sessions and get 150. I have no issues doing that. So just the preparation paid off, and it's a constant process. It's not something that you can do for 2 months or 3 months. I've been doing it for 7-8 years non-stop every day of my life. So when I'm in these situations, that naturally comes to the surface, and it really helps me in challenging conditions.
Yeah, and I think you put that beautifully, and I'd like you to just elaborate on one point, which sometimes as a coach, sometimes frustrates you. And I think you mentioned a line there that I feel confident when I go in because I know I can bat in different ways. Sometimes as a coach, there's a frustration, oh, this is the only way I know how to play.
Yeah.
I play this way. This is the only way I can play. And as coaches, sometimes we hear that a lot. But what you've said here is that I feel comfortable because I can bat in different ways. Maybe just elaborate on that a little bit and talk us through some of the preparation of playing on a turner. You've got 100 in Perth, you've got 100 in English conditions. Can you always play in the same way all the time?
No, I don't think you can play in the same way all the time. You need to adjust according to the conditions that are in front of you. I think that this is one of the main reasons why I've been able to play all formats of the game for so long. The adaptability comes from the knowing that physically I can do things in many different ways. Mentally I can prepare to play a certain way or play in another way, but if my body won't support it, then I'll be found out. So an example would be, even in this test match in these conditions, I would back myself to run 6 doubles and over for a span of 6-7 overs if the scoring rate needs to be upped. It's not necessarily that I'll look to clear deep mid wicket and that is my only option, because that brings in the risk as well. So that's why I've been able to bat in different situations and bat differently in different conditions, because I was able to take ones and twos and I could do the power hitting as well. For that you need to have all-round fitness, and that is something that you need to work on every day, and it is not something that can happen over a period of 2 or 3 months. You might have a great phase where you feel great, But then if the conditions are challenging and the run scoring is not ideal, I wouldn't want to play a bad shot and get out when the team needs me. So I always felt like, how can I prepare better? How can I find more ways to help my team win the game? But in a way that the situation demands me to, not in a way that I prefer to do it this way. It's like the situation wants me to do it this way, I can do it this way. Or if the situation wants me to do it that way, I can do it that way as well.
Yeah, it's brilliantly put, and that's exactly the kind of player you want in a team. And that's exactly, I think for me, essence of what a team player is. Playing according to the situation of the team and developing the skills, knowing that the team will be put in different situations and challenging yourself. I mean, we are talking to someone who's one of the best six hitters I've seen. He could have stepped out and hit a six anytime he wanted, but realized what the team needed and played according to that situation. And I think that's really for me is a sign of a absolute champion cricketer. And like Virat said, I mean, I'm testimony to the fact because I see it day in and day out, just the physical preparation and just a lifestyle that I think you've chosen to lead. I think it's really an inspiration to, I know everyone in the dressing room, but I'm sure to a lot of other people as well. Obviously your runs are an inspiration, but just the way you've managed yourself and done that has been absolutely brilliant to watch. Just one more question before we leave you. I know it's been a long day for all of us, but just in terms of has it been hard? I mean, I just honestly, has it been hard? I know you're someone who takes a lot of pride in his performances, who had that habit of scoring hundreds so regularly. And I know that a lot of this period there's been COVID, there's not been a lot of test matches for a period of time. But has it been hard? Has it been tough? Not scoring 100 I know we get a bit obsessed by numbers, and I know that I've loved seeing some of your other innings. Even the 70 in Cape Town was a really good innings. So, but has it been hard? Is it something that just been there at the back of your mind?
To be honest, I mean, I've let the complications grow on me a little bit because of my own shortcomings. I think the desperation to get that three-figure mark is something that can grow on you as a batsman, and we've all experienced that at some stage or the other. So I think I let that happen to me to a certain extent. But also the flip side to it is I'm not a guy who's happy with 40 and 45s. I've always been someone who takes a lot of pride in performing for the team. It's not like Virat Kohli should stand out. It's like when I'm batting on 40, I know I can get a 150 here, and that will help my team. So that was eating me up a lot. That why am I not able to get that big score for the team? Because I always took pride in the fact that when the team needed me, I would step up and perform in different conditions in difficult situations. The fact that I wasn't able to do that was something that was bothering me. Not so much the milestones as such, because I never played for the milestones. A lot of people ask me this question: how do you keep scoring hundreds? And I always told them 100 is something that happens along the way within my goal, which is to bat as long as possible for the team and get as many runs as possible for the team. So the milestone is never my focus. But yeah, if I have to be brutally honest, it does become a little complicated and difficult, because the moment you step out of the hotel room, right from the guy outside the room to the guy at the lift to bus drivers, whoever is saying we want 100. So it's like, it does play on your mind all the time. But I think that's the beauty of playing for so long as well, to have these complications come up and to overcome these small little challenges. And then when it comes together nicely like it did in this game, then that gives you an extra, a gust of air to go beyond, go further and start enjoying the cricket a lot more and be more excited for what's to come. So yeah, I'm just happy that it happened at the right time before the World Test Championship Finals, and I'll definitely be going there a very relaxed and a very excited man.
Thank you. Thanks, Virat. Thanks for your honesty. I think that's really a great lesson for a lot of young kids as well, to know that even great champion players at times can feel a certain amount of pressure and pressure of expectations, and I think that's the pressure of expectations is because of your own performances. 75 international hundreds now for the country. Absolutely phenomenal performance. Well done what you've done here. Thanks for being the inspiration you are. Thanks for all your contribution on the field. Really well done, and look forward to many more years of watching you play and enjoying your cricket.
Thank you, Rahul. It's a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Well done.
Thank you.